Hello all! Today I am with Alan Tucker, which has a very interesting project, which is named Apocalypse, that is live on Kickstarter. Hello Alan!
Hello, how are you?
I would like to know more about your project. The name is Apocalypse, and could you describe it a bit more for...
Yeah, it's called Apocalypse, the Complete Game Master's Guide to Ending the World. And what we've done is collected up a whole host of writers and GMs and designers and everything else for anybody who wants to run a campaign centered around an apocalyptic event. So if you want to end your world, there's a whole lot of advice there to help you along with that. And then we also have a bunch of adventure scenarios which can be used for fantasy, contemporary, or even sci-fi settings, depending on what kind of game you like to play.
Okay, so as I understand, there is some kind of hooks for stories. And what kind of other content can we expect to find in your project?
Right. There's each adventure has a number of hooks to get the party interested. There are they list the location just in general terms so that you can fit it easily into whatever world you have. It also has the pertinent NPCs, people that are involved in what's going on. Each of those has just general descriptions, but mostly descriptions of personality and quirks and things like that, habits that a GM would be able to jump in and just start role playing them right away. They'll know exactly what their motivations are and what their goals are for themselves in the game. So it'll be easy for GMs to, like I said, get in and start playing them. There's also whatever the particular apocalyptic event is centered that's on that adventure, explained in detail, and whether or not the party of characters can avert it or how they can, and if so, what the resolutions are because of that. So all of the adventure scenarios are be able to play either as a one shot or the basis for a whole campaign.
And Alan, I could see that you have some pretty interesting collaborator in your project. Could you tell us more about that?
You bet. We've got really a host of people that are pretty well known in the industry. Mike Shea, who's known as Sly Flourish, the Lazy DM, is writing an article for us. We have Teos Abadia from the Mastering Dungeons podcast. There's Amy Vorpal, who has DM'd many games for Wizards of the Coast on their streams and done all kinds of other voice acting. And Bashir Goose, I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly or not, but and Aaron Roberts, both that have wrote for Radiant Citadel that just came out recently. Katie Osoris from Twitter, who is doing an article on accessibility for your game. There's so many more. I can't even go through all of them in this amount of time, but we've got a huge cast of people that are very excited about doing this, and we're happy to have them aboard.
Why did you choose this subject, Apocalypse? It's rather original to me.
Well, thank you. I think that at one time or another, when people are creating campaigns or wanting to play RPGs, the characters really want to be the heroes, and you want to get out and save the world. And so this is kind of all centered around that.
Could you tell me when did you start playing RPG? And
I started playing back when dinosaurs walked the earth in the early 80s. I was in high school and college, and we mostly played D&D But we also played a lot of Marvel superheroes and also another game from TSR called Top Secret, which was a James Bond type of thing. So we played all kinds of genres.
Could you tell me one peculiar story or a big fail or something fun about one of your game?
Sure. I remember back in the day when we were playing. When I was a kid, I had a ranger cleric who became relatively high level, but was very interested in trying to help out the world, and he um, gained I guess you'd call it a dukedom or a fief or something. Anyway, a relatively large piece of land, and wanted to help out his people and everything else. And so he took it upon himself to start making the roadways safer and things like that. So his idea was to put up poles with the continual light spell on them to make the roadways safer in between the trading areas.
Would you have some advice for players that would like to start to play as DM?
Oh, to start as DMing, really the best thing is just to jump in and do it, and realize that everybody has to start somewhere, and you're going to make mistakes, but that's okay. Just let everybody know that you understand that, and as long as you're getting in and trying to have fun along with your players, then everything's going to work out okay.
Thank you, Alan. I would like to remind everybody that I will put a link in the description of the video to your project.
Thank you for having me.